Hello, everyone. I am Larry Diamond,
And I'm KayLynne Diamond.
and this is Cooking with the Diamonds. And please, if you join us live so we can see you, please use the comment box so we know you're here and ask any questions. We'd like to interact with you. And so, how does it feel? We had done live cooking demos for many, many years. So, you want to fill in our audience on,
Okay,
yeah,
so we've done one as cooking as healing with the diamonds, right? We
right.
did it a bit ago, and we've been busy with life, busy doing our podcast. I hope you guys, if you haven't had a chance yet, go ahead and listen to some of our podcasts. It gives our story and so many other great stories of other people who've healed using ancestral wisdom. So
Yeah.
we've been
And
really focusing on the podcast. My school year as a school teacher is winding down. I have one more week, 4 days, and, so
you're
we're
not counting it.
not at all. No, not at all. Making those days count.
Yeah,
But, yeah, yeah. But so we're going to increase our cooking live demos.
and many other things.
Yeah, we've got
And
some
we
good things.
have great new programs our clients love. And we're in the middle of grain-free May. We're
Yeah.
like grain-free. It's
Yeah,
but
it's great for all year round. But there are some times, like with our daughter, sometimes she'll have some fermented sourdough, sometimes some
yeah,
other.
and my wife through the years and me myself, I did get quote unquote gluten-free buns for a while, and they almost always sucked. They were also refined carbs, and then I found out they can be just as inflammatory, and all grains have gluten.
It's
I
kind
just
of
you know me, I will not get the
hoodwinked on the whole
quote
right?
gluten-free. It winked, and it would just be this mush on top of an otherwise excellent burger, so it was lose-lose all around.
Yeah, so we've been doing a grain-free May, with Healing with the Diamonds. We did a podcast, earlier in the month talking about why we decided to go for grain-free. Today's recipe is gazpacho. It is, grain-free, and it can be, dairy-free if that's something you guys are choosing to do.
Is it gonna be dairy-free today? We don't have a lot of dairy.
We don't
Or
ha no, I mean,
oh, you
that's
have
fine.
heavy cream.
Oh, sour cream at the end, like a finishing
Oh,
or a creme
oh,
fraiche.
yeah, you can
Yeah.
totally, like
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, that's just for topping. But I like this because it's spring, tomatoes are starting to come out, specifically heirloom tomatoes, and this is one of my favorite dishes to make, over the summer. Had couple summers ago, I had the gazpacho summer where I swear I was making a batch every single week,
and
looking
we
at.
loved it,
Yeah.
and our daughter loves it,
Yeah, yeah,
which
looking at
is a
different
nice
recipes.
double.
But I've now made it so much that I could do it in my sleep. And what I'm giving you today, as far as the recipe is concerned, is just the most basic recipe. I've tried lots of different recipes. This is the one I have found that works the best and is the easiest. Now, there are others that have more ingredients, a little more prep time as far as doing some other prep things with the veg. But for just an easy, just get this in the blender and get it chilled. This is the one I like the best.
I love it.
Yeah.
Simple is great
Yeah.
because we and all of our recipes, both of our cooking, I don't think we've ever sacrificed taste or depth of flavor.
Right.
But one of my techniques when I was learning a new thing to make or cook, sauces, dishes, no matter, I would put the word easy in. And I would start there. Yeah,
Yeah.
YouTube University got excellent results. And, Julia Child would note that in her cooking, it was butter, always butter, and a few other things. And kind of, like healing, nature is the healer, and we're just getting out of the way of our own spectacular bodies and the healing force within. That's really what we do with healing with the diamonds. Cooking is almost getting out of the way of the inherent just beauty of real food,
Yeah.
but
Fresh.
you're combining it in new patterns. And that's what we could do with healing. Like combining fasting and grounding and this
Yeah.
and that, but the sublimeness is nature herself.
Yeah, definitely. So I like that you talked about like the simpleness and freshness of ingredients because gazpacho, that is one thing that if you want your gazpacho to turn out well, or the best it can be, you want to look for super fresh ingredients. So I really like heirloom tomatoes. So here we have about 2 pounds of fresh, lovely heirloom tomatoes. I wish I could say these are from our garden. They're not. The pepper is, the herbs are, but the heirloom tomatoes, we just have not dialed in how to get.
We're building some garden beds,
Yeah, we're doing
next
some
week.
yeah, we're doing some garden beds soon. So
Oh,
fresh,
herbs, we
yeah, we got
we really
herbs
specialize in.
coming out of your ears. Oh, so fresh heirloom if you can get them. Heirloom doesn't have to be heirloom, vine ripened. If you can find them at a local farmer's market, I highly suggest that.
Ideally
Neighbors,
organic.
yes,
Organic's not perfect, but it still, at least to my knowledge, still is better. And heirloom cannot be, or sorry, organic cannot be GMO. Sorry.
all right, and so then, we have a medium bell pepper. We have that right
From
there
our garden.
from our garden. If you I put out a reel today, it was my first reel, so be kind if you saw it and were
Oh,
like,
and
"That was get ready with me for our cooking demo," and I showed, like, right as I picked this off the vine or the plant. And then we have, our, herbs for garnish, so I have some parsley and some basil. Um, Gazpacho recipes call for fresh oregano, which is
oh,
great.
we have a lot.
We do have a lot, and I tried that before. I think personally for me,
Uh,
fresh oregano at the end is just a little too strong for me. I think all the other flavors I like
Oregano
parsley
is
better.
oregano's very healing,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
and
It's great.
oregano tea is so darn healing.
But
Our oregano went
yeah, yeah,
wild.
we got lots of it out there. So we have that. We have a lovely cucumber, and we're going to peel this and seed it. I have done it with the peel. For those of you who are like, oh, but I like cucumber peels. So do I, if I'm eating them straight. But I've done gazpacho with the peel on. It just does not work. Just
I
trust
love
me on that.
these hints.
Yeah,
Love it.
yeah. And we do want to seed it as well, especially if you don't have a high powered blender. We're really lucky. We got a Vitamix at a great price. And so it blends it so well, we don't necessarily have to strain it. But if you don't have that, you're going to definitely want to take those seeds out. And then red onion, and we're going to do about half of this red onion and 2 cloves of garlic. And then, of course, salt, pepper, a little red wine vinegar, and olive oil. And that's really it.
Wow. All those things.
So
I
simple.
mean, how, yeah, simple, but simple is delicious.
Yeah. So, what we're going to do, if you'll take a couple of cloves off there.
Yeah. Easier. And this is one. I
Easier
never
said than done.
mastered that. This actually getting clothes off is one of the hardest.
Okay, so one of the
I'm
other
gonna
things
do
I like
3
about gazpacho is you don't have to necessarily cut the veg in any certain way. So you can just
now with the high speed blender, but that is nice.
yeah, that is nice. So I'm just chopping them up, and I will probably be doing this in batches, and depending on what type of blender or food processor you have, you will most likely do it in batches as well.
And
So
the reason I got you more than 2 is like this guy, whoops, is really
close.
is really, small. So now there's, 3, and to me, that's right around 2.
And I was gonna say with the heirloom tomatoes, I love the citrusy freshness of the yellow
I'm gonna let
tomatoes.
you our pup wants to go out. I'm
Okay.
gonna let you and
All
yeah.
right. And for those of you who might be new, who aren't familiar with us, this is our actual house. We have 3 dogs running around and a teenager somewhere out there. So who knows what can happen on Cooking Lives? But that's real life. We field using cooking in a real life situation. So that's what we're doing today. So if you hear the doorbell ring, or you hear a dog bark, um, or a cat meow, for some of you, we've added cats to the mix since we were last here. They are usually upstairs though. So, all right, back to the type of tomatoes. With the heirloom, I love the kind of citrusy taste of the light the yellow ones. I first became obsessed with gazpacho. I went to this Spanish restaurant in Austin. It was a tapas bar, and they had this gazpacho. I had never really had like the gazpacho before, but with red tomatoes and probably not the best quality. And wasn't a big fan. So I was a little skeptical when they said gazpacho, but they brought it out and they had used these yellow tomatoes. It was so good. I obsessed about it. I dreamt about it. And from that day on, said, I am going to make this gazpacho myself because I used to have it more than I could.
Awesome. But yeah, it can be an hour.
It can be an hour. Well, maybe, I guess with parking and okay, so I'm just roughly chopping these up and I'm going to add them to our bowl. And while we wait to do the cucumber and everything else. Now, some recipes, if you look them up, it'll say to put all your chopped veg in a bowl and then your salt and pepper and your olive oil. And you are welcome to do that. And they say like wait 30 minutes or so. I've done it that way and it was good. Honestly, I couldn't tell a difference when I left it sitting beforehand. So usually I'm wanting that to at some point. So you can do that, try it, see what you think, but it's not a have to for me. Our cucumber, another thing you'll see a lot of gazpacho recipes call for an English cucumber. And English cucumbers are great. They're very mild. They have a nice light taste. Some people say, like, if they are affected by cucumbers, burp, with burping and gas, that the English cucumbers seem to minimize that. I can eat any type of cucumber for any time of the day. So,
Yeah,
the French cucumber I've used, again, it's great.
I'm
I
sure.
I'm sorry, English cucumber. I wasn't necessarily able to tell much of a difference. I'm going to take this cucumber and I'm going to cut it long ways. And then I'm going to take our
And
spoon.
also people that might react to a lot of different fruit and veg, like tomatoes. Sometimes, depending, and it's n equals one, not having the skin and not having the seeds helps.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Right.
ironically, um, you are doing that with the cucumbers
Yeah. So I
today.
just took the long, cut it
And
long ways, scooped out the seeds with
cucumbers are so darn refreshing, and they're a great fasting aid because they're almost pure water. So, I mean, you'd have to have like a whole cucumber or 2 cucumbers worth to really, break a fast. And they have some crunch. So that's another thing. It can be a great fasting aid.
yeah. So throw that
Look
into
how
the bowl.
quick and
So
look at that, the seeds.
nice.
Do you want me to kinda clean off the bowl real or the
Oh,
paste real quick?
yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
It's rustic cooking oil.
we have our bell pepper and
Homegrown.
I know, I'm so excited. This is our first one that we've used in a recipe. We've tried them just fresh to chow down on, but this is the first one in a
And we have
recipe.
3 different varieties. Of
All right. And I'm just going to take out the pith and the seeds and to make it smoother and roughly chop.
well, it's just a category.
Oh, yeah.
It's alright.
It's
But
gonna see that's okay. And ease, I'm not gonna be overly
the blender
concerned
yeah, I love
about
this. No. Rustic.
rustic. And that pretty much, I think, defines many of our meals are rustic. And I like that because sometimes people think healthy eating has to be very
Well, delicious
refined
eating.
or delicious eating, right? It has to be super refined and super hard. And it's not. It can be super simple, very straightforward. And
And we do watch these cooking shows, and a lot of chefs will say, "My signature dish has, like, 4 ingredients and was the simplest thing I ever made that never made anything better." So, it's real, y'all.
okay. All right. So I'm just cutting up the half of a small red onion. And I would say that not all recipes call for the red onion. So if you're not a huge fan of red onion, you can leave it out. I love red onions.
Oh,
So
red onions. Me too.
I,
Me too. And the kind of intensity of a red onion shows that there's a lot of those good phytochemicals in them.
Yes. All right. So we are.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So this is our bowl full of veg. We're getting ready. These are for garnish. Garlic.
Mm.
Ah, the garlic. Ah, thank you. I knew I had
No,
to hear
that's why you have it figured it out after 21 years.
You're my garlic reminder, dude. So
Garlic reminder, dude.
yeah,
You want to
that's
know?
your official title. Uh, okay, so
As long as it's your garlic
yes,
reminder,
nobody else was garlic
no,
reminder.
yes, I will take
So the recipe I'm going to share eventually it says 2 cloves of garlic. These are little
small.
small, so we're going to actually do 3.
And the garlic's on the opposite side of the kitchen floor as I was trying to
Oh yeah,
get
the
it.
one that
And yeah,
escaped.
well, and then the
Oh, the
he gave me like the hardest thing.
I was like,
Get a couple of cloves out of this impenetrable bowl.
well, you got to practice. Okay, I like to give them a good mash, um, and then just a rough chop. Not gonna, you don't have to mince them or anything.
And
But
viewers, if you want to say hi in the comments.
yes, okay. So here we go. We have it ready to go.
Simple was the
And I'm going to do it in batches. Our Vitamix is pretty big, but if it didn't have a picture, it didn't happen, right? So I'm going to do it in batches. And our olive oil, we use organic uh, olive oil from Costco. And you want to be careful where you get your olive oil from. If you're not already aware, you want to tell why.
yeah, it's a nightmare, and price is not any guarantee. And this breaks some of the rules, except that I test each bottle. It should be in glass. It's not. It's in plastic. It's also sourced from different countries, which is also technically something you want to avoid, but it performs very well. It doesn't smoke, and it has that bitter, hard to replicate kind of tang that is characteristic of actual olive oil. So that's probably
It's actually been tested. So we heard that. Oh, just a moment. All right. Okay, here's our Vitamix. I love the Vitamix. The Vitamix is so powerful that it allows us to blend everything.
like KayLynne said, I think, be aware of like Black Friday sales, but it was directly from the Vitamix company. And then when we got it, it's like the simplest thing. It's like 1 to 10, and nowadays, everything has like 50 gadgets and
Mhm.
cars are becoming insane monster cars, all that. But this is so simple because it can be. And
Yeah, it's simple, it's powerful. For
and amazing.
those of you who are new to this, I don't like a lot of gadgets. I am I don't like lots of stuff on the kitchen counter. We got stuff going on all over the place. That's
Mhm.
okay.
And we
Uh,
have a comment.
all right, cool.
Hello, Rosie. Great to be here. Good afternoon.
Yay! Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Okay, so I have about half, and I'm going to do about half a cup because it calls for a cup of olive oil. So I'm going to do about half here. And then it also calls for red wine vinegar. And there's 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. Now, depending on how well you like red wine vinegar, you
We
can
love
adjust it. You can adjust it.
So are you going to do 1 tablespoon and a splash? Just
Now, red wine, I don't know. You like it a little more than I do.
okay.
I don't like to be, I like
Okay.
balsamic vinegar.
Okay.
So I'm going to do
One.
1, 2.
There.
And then we have our Redmond real salt. We love Redmond real salt. You've actually been to the Redmond
One of
real
mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're great folks. And they also do
Yes.
bentonite clay, which is super cool.
So we are going to give this a good whir. It's going to be loud for a bit. And if we had been truly just like on our game, we would have already made half of this, chilled it, and then brought it back out. But just so you know, for the actual recipe, when you do this, you can prep it ahead of time. And actually, it's best if you do that because then you can have it chill.
So we won't be tasting it.
Well, no, we can taste
Okay.
it. We just aren't going to be eating it because it's still early for dinner. If you want to eat it sooner, you could. I've seen somebody say you put it in a bowl and you put that on top of a bigger bowl that has ice in it, so it chills it and you can stir it.
Hmm.
I've never tried that, but you never know. If that's something that you want to do because you have to eat it faster than time allows. You can try it. Okay, here we go. So for the Vitamix, I'm gonna turn it on and I'm gonna just
And remember,
light
if
it up,
it doesn't work,
right? I'm gonna lay it down and I'm gonna test it and see
that
what
was
the
so super simple.
some people like it. Oops, some people like it more than others. The Vitamix, this is just it's perfect. I don't know if you can see that. It's not chunky, it's smooth. But for those of you who don't have a high powered blender, you'll want to get a sieve, like a fine mesh sieve, and run the gazpacho through the sieve with maybe a silicone spatula or yeah. So you can do that. I've done that before when I made this at my mom's house and she didn't have a Vitamix. It works just fine. All right, but it worked great. It looks and smells amazing. This is our first gazpacho of the season, by the way. So I'm going to give it a taste. If you want to get yourself a spoon, very good. I haven't put pepper in. I can already say when needs a little more olive oil. Why don't you taste it? See what you got.
Oh, no paprika.
I haven't done pepper yet.
The tomatoes are popping. You know me, I think it could use a little more red wine, but it's very good.
Not red wine. Red wine
Vinegar.
very two different
Yes,
two
yes,
very different
yes,
things.
yeah.
So okay. Well, then I'll put a little more red wine vinegar when we do this next batch. And honestly,
Maybe a touch more salt.
yeah, I
Mm,
could honestly have another half a cucumber in there too. But what do you think?
sure. Yeah. A little and we just, lost its
That's you can rinse it off. So, but I probably won't. I'm not going to put the cucumber in now. If you'll just rinse it off, we'll throw it in. And again, a little more salt. We go. There we go. Pop that in. Rest of the olive oil, and you can always use
and did
olive
you say
oil. Yes, a little bit more. So
and,
I'm gonna.
salt?
I already did salt while you're washing off the cucumber. Here we go. There we go.
Yeah, okay.
Wash.
I tend to be the acid, vinegar
Mhm.
acid, and it's often overlooked in cooking. The addition of acid, remember how many times you're like, "It's missing something?" And I'm like, "Acid." And we usually do that via vinegar, sometimes lemon juice,
Lemon
of
juice
course,
is one of my favorite
or
ways.
often lemon juice.
All right, here we go.
Actually,
Yeah,
a little lemon juice might
that
do
might be good. Yeah.
wonders. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do our second batch, and here we go. Super exciting. You can see us just stand here watching the blender go, the Vitamix go. All right, so we're gonna do another. If you could get a
Right.
we need a clean spoon, please. Just gonna test this with a again beautiful. If you can at all do it, and you guys like making sauces or soups, Vitamix is such a great investment because it's so convenient
And they last for
and they last forever. All right, so we have our finished soup. This is going to go into the refrigerator for 4 hours. It's going to chill. And tonight we're going to be having it with some salad. My daughter has some cauliflower tortillas. She's going to have a quesadilla type thing with it.
but
We're going to
it's
have it
so
with
light.
salad.
We'll probably and you can always add more salt, of course,
Hmm.
and people can individually salt, and I might add a little lemon juice to it, but my brief taste test, it was so right. And do you wanna explain the parsley and the
And the
basil?
basil, yeah, so we'll put the parsley and the basil on as a finishing, like, or like a garnish, but I love the taste of parsley and basil, and I think especially with the yellow tomatoes, it complements
That
nicely.
looks so
I know, doesn't it
beautiful,
look beautiful?
and it's so simple,
Yeah,
and and that's probably, like, $40 worth of gazpacho
yeah,
at it, and just I loved it at the tapas restaurant as well. and yours is at least the equal. So again, what are you going to do with it now? Are
So
you going to
I'm gonna cover it, and then we're
okay
gonna pop it into the fridge
for a couple
for
hours?
a couple of hours.
Mhm.
And I will say that it gets better overnight. So even if you want to make it the day before and then chill it
That's
overnight,
right. But if we usually have leftovers, so
yes,
it'll be a 2 night meal, and then, we might have some protein with it, and it's just so light, and it accompanies everything, and we started at 3, it's like 3:28, and we were talking and stuff.
yeah,
I love it. These are the type of recipes. Look at that gazpacho that, it's I am getting such a joy of cooking. It's creative. You're making it with love. We're eating as a family. It's so a amazing on so many levels, and to have this in under 30 minutes,
it's
and
beautiful. It's a
and
beautiful thing.
and there's many times where I know that there are people having other wonderful meals in Texas, but I feel like I'm having at least like, there is no first. Yeah,
There's lots
there's lots of firsts, but I'm not having the second meal. I'm having and either I've cooked it or KayLynne, sometimes our daughter, she does a
I
mean,
know.
healthy chicken tender
Yeah,
for sure.
she's
Yeah, it's just wow, I love that it came in under 30 minutes.
it's perfect. It's beautiful. It's easy. It will store in airtight container up to 3 days. So you can
It won't last 3 days, but
yeah, and here, we're gonna be lucky if we get some, for tomorrow 'cause, one of Piper's friends is coming over. Now, this friend is trying it for the first time. We'll wait. We'll see if they like it. We'll see. But luckily, we have a backup, cauliflower tortilla, for a
yeah.
quesadilla in case they're just not we're ready and
It
feed
is, and
ourselves,
it's
and it's
an
that
accessible it's an ex is a accessible food.
and
It's
accessible.
an
Yeah.
accessible.
Yeah, cucumbers, tomatoes, onions. It's nothing fancy that you might say the heirloom tomatoes are a bit fancy, but I
And
would
you don't
say
need
quality.
heirloom.
You don't need heirloom, but fine ripened, fresh. You want to make sure they're good quality as well. Definitely, especially if you want to come out well. All right. Thank you so much for being here. If you're interested in how we healed as a family, be sure to listen to our podcast. We have our origin stories on there. We have
So
lots of
many
other,
great guests.
yeah, lots of
Yeah.
great guests about anything
Email
from healing from cancer, heart disease, Alzheimer's, all of these things that are,
and reversing severe autism,
yeah,
nonverbal autism,
yeah. So
and no lie there.
there are amazing amazing stories and amazing people who have led the way in using ancestral wisdom for healing. And so, if you're interested in any of that, check out this podcast. If you're interested in working with us, you can work with the both of us together coaching. You can work with just Larry. We do things like pantry makeovers, talking with you about like how to get the ball rolling to start working with your family and doing this as a family because we did it as a family and
And
we've been through it.
we also have apps, and they're fantastic. They complement the coaching and give they're just tremendous. They're based on primal coaching. And if you're interested, we start with a free get to know one another. And you would email Larry, just Larry, at healingwiththediamonds.com.
Yeah.
And it is so satisfying to have people feel their best in decades. And what I really love, of course, great for fat moms, but this almost uniformly happens. People feeling better in weeks.
We have.
Better.
So
And
one of our current clients was sharing um, that she feels like better than she has in decades, and just really happy
thank
that
you, Rosie. That's
and
amazing.
she's similar to me that my weight loss didn't ramp up super quick. I took a while to start shedding some pounds, but she's healing in other ways
Yeah,
to the point is
she bought a second
yeah,
package
yeah,
because all these quality of life
great. Yeah,
benefits.
definitely. Anyway, and I want to thank Rosie. Thank you so much for being here, Rosie, and thank you for your lovely comment. We very much appreciate it and hope to see you guys again. And if you're saying, hey, I'd like other people to see this, this will be available on YouTube. So,
Yeah, or Facebook. If you got here, Rosie, or anyone else, you can share it
yeah,
as you'd like. And I want to mention the podcast. The latest one was me and two great friends healing stories, and we've gotten tremendous feedback.
yeah, yeah.
So that
But
just came out a
especially
day
for
or
like the
two
men
ago.
in your life, if you know men who are wanting to change their healing story or rewrite their healing story, definitely check it out because there's three people really using ancestral wisdom, but different ages, right? Different ages, younger guy, two on the older side with very different stories. Not you, of course. You're the younger guy, right? But with very different stories, but all healed with similar paths, right? Similar paths through.
Similar forever, whole real food, eating foods that work for our body
Mm,
at mealtime.
yep,
We that's
that's
the
that's
ticket.
that's what we did. Anyway, thank you so much. We hope to see you guys around
and
again,
and the food tasting amazing.
and we will when we serve it tonight. We will definitely post a picture, and I'll let you know how Ive's friends likes it. We'll see.
Yeah, be
Fun.
that'll be
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for being here.
take care. Happy, Memorial Day coming up.
Yeah. In the US.
Gazpacho, yes.
Bye,
Take
everyone.
care.
That was nice. Don't think on me.
It's not over yet.